Miles Austin of FMG and your sister were going back and forth about going back and forth about it. And then one thing that your sister did say, I don't know if she left or if she's still here, um, that she was talking about like one thing about Christian hip hop that she may have a no. Let me let her say it. She coming? Yeah. One thing she had a problem about Christian hip hop was that it some
The songs on the Christian album were all of them are just inspirational and don't give Jesus, even though they do talk about it throughout the whole song over different parts of the album. So I'm trying to explain it as best way I can. You need to understand that if you have a song that's just inspirational, it's going to be fruitless. You try to have Jesus Christ in every song.
So um, I guess the question is, when you talk to your friends at school, are all your conversations about Jesus, or 25%, 50%?
No, it's not. I'm the type of person where I like to get to know someone, have a great conversation about other things in life, and then after a couple months, after I've gotten to know them, we're good friends, then I'll talk about it. I'm not the person who's like, you need to follow Jesus, you're gonna go to hell. Like I'm not. I'm
I
not.
think I think that's the argument. It's you want to get to know somebody first before you start yelling at them about Jesus. And I think that's the tactic on the album is, yeah, you're gonna have a song that's completely obvious, but you want them to kind of be led into it a little bit, get to know who you are, get to know what you stand for, and then get the message directly like that. I think that's what the argument is.
Um, Something that I personally think, I guess, on that topic or whatever, is I understand some people kind of feel like, okay, something's fruitless if it isn't talking about Jesus, but I more so look at it like it's rootless or whatever, because obviously every good thing comes from God. The Bible says that every good thing, every perfect thing comes down.
Your interviews, that's when it's important to be clear with what you are. If you are kind of like I'm not really a Jesus guy, I'm just more of a live a good life guy, that's where it gets real confusing. If when they actually get to you, you still saying the same muddy stuff. So I think the music is a hook, but your actual how you talk and what you say when you're in public
yeah.
is that's when you need to be solid. And I think that's a good witness.
But I think from what people are seeing now is like you see interviews with people and they may not say Jesus in the interview. They may not say I'm a Christian. They may just say I do this type of music. You know what I mean? Or I do truthful music. I do honest music. You know what I'm saying? So what do you say to somebody like that? Like like for example, it could be media training because some people, you know what I'm saying, when you like, for example, maybe he's Lecrae, but when Lecrae is in front of a Christian audience, he's gonna say unashamed 116. When he's in the media and like NTV, he's not gonna be like 116, 116. He's gonna be like, I do truthful music. I do honest music. I do, you know, music that is that it is God inspiring, but it's truthful music. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to say Christian, Christian, Christian in front of a non-Christian audience. Is that wrong?
I think I think part of it is like the Tim Tebow syndrome, is where the media is going to try to trip him up. I've watched Lecrae in interviews on BET, and when they talk to him, he thinks and goes around the actual question. He never gives a straight answer.
Because everybody can't present themselves in that way because you'll end up being a chameleon and you're kind of adapting to whatever environment is around you and you'll find yourself denying Christ instead of being for him and playing your office, just saying, well, I'm just protecting the Christian. So you have to make sure that you have the character to handle that because it's a thin line and it's not something that everybody can handle.
Yeah, because what you can end up doing is forgetting why you're doing it. Like, because I think this is the thought process. Let me get as far as I can into the spotlight so
Yeah.
that they'll hear who I am, and then I can point them back to Jesus. But while you're walking that walk, you can start forgetting
Yeah.
what the end goal was when you started. You can start being like, oh, yo, you'll never feel like you're in where you said
Yeah.
you were gonna be. You'll
Yeah.
keep moving towards the light.
Yeah.
So I think we're all watching Lecrae to see how he handles it, and nobody really knows exactly how to do it. So we're offering comments, we're offering suggestions, but nobody really knows how to walk it out. Is there an example of somebody who had to go the same route that Lecrae had to go that was successful, that you think was a good? Because I mean,
why wasn't Kirk Franklin successful?
because to me, gospel is a
Kirk
genre.
Franklin's Stand, and then he evolved to. I mean, he started off with Kirk Franklin and the Family, then he moved into Stand. I mean, Stomp. I'm sorry, Stomp. Yeah, he moved. Is that what you're talking about? Like he kind of pushed the envelope.
No, he was saying who was the only person I could think of from the representing the Christian community is Kirk Franklin from a black African American standpoint, like, but then also pray that the perspective doesn't change and pray for that for ourselves too. You know what I mean?
If I'm not mistaken, the reason you guys were talking about that was to figure out how we're gonna do the same thing, right?
Yeah, I mean, it ended up going that route. I mean, because it originally first started off as Christians in America not supporting Christian music. Basically, at the end of the day, it's like how are people considering to be Christians, and the mainstream secular is outselling Christian artists. So you try to figure that out. Like, if we're having like millions of Christians in America, why are certain people not selling as? I mean, I think that's where he was coming from, a business standpoint of this doesn't add up. If you say you're Christian, why you know? And then I mean, basically, your brother, the prophet, was saying, yeah, he was just saying like basically, he's like everybody said they're not a Christian. Everybody said checking Christian's not a Christian. Yeah.
I talked to Andrew, and I'm gonna start putting up what he emails as a blog. So we gonna.
Is he look all right? Make sure he all right now.
He is tough. He's tough.
Yes.
Yeah, man. So let's get back to some music. We got some good stuff coming your way. You in the field with the Trackstarz, Ryan Wright, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. Let's go.
You gotta go to round, man.
It's like something.
Oh, if the Sean is good enough, then I think you gotta go round, man. You gotta go round.
I think so. I just gotta pick which one. Yeah, I got it. Which one? There's long. That if you go to our Twitter page, I think it's sent out a link to it.
I didn't see it. I just saw the Twitter page.
You didn't see it? Yeah, you're right there.
I'll tweet it out now so you'll be able to see it. Share.
I'm so jealous you're working with him right now. Let me say that. I don't say anything, you know? It's just like, oh, no, he's a, well, I don't want to say sweet because he is sweet, but he's a nice guy. And I was telling them earlier, he's more of a traditionalist. He's not a flamboyant big person. Like, he's very shy. But the guy that he likes is very flamboyant. And but I can't give you advice, like, you know, I'm just over here for
That's great. I mean, damn, what should I do?
He's sexy, he's actually a sexy. He is. He's like, oh my goodness. Every time I work, he'll stay there the whole day in his car. And I'm like, okay.
You may be called to reach him.
Which one are you at? It's at the corner of Peachtree Road and Peachtree Battle. It's right in the middle of Buckhead. Yeah, I like that one. It's the best one. Yeah, it is. It's a nice one. It's a really cool one.
You see it? Okay. Awesome.
It looks like a big
I should ask you to give me some water.
I have some.
Oh,
Got the bottle in here if you want it.
what was I going to do? Okay.
even things.
Well, we don't come back in. I'm playing a few more songs. So
42 to 35.
What?
42 to 35.
They coming back?
Yeah, 7 minutes.
who are they playing?
Texas A&M.
If they come all the way back, that'll be.
Eric's.
Oh, wow, they just got a whole section?
We're down by 2, but
That is a big deal.
I'll wait till he'll skip Bayless on Monday.
Do we have a noteworthy or?
Yeah. Unexplained bitterness.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh yeah.
We never did this one?
I think so.
You did one similar, but you didn't.
It was similar to how.
This is the one. Wait, this is the one where the parents split up, right?
Yes.
You did one about the father.
A while ago.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So they're
Okay.
similar, but it's different.
All right. Cool. Good. Yeah, we could do this one. What happened?
Have a heart the next.
I'm good.
You need to get Sensei in here on that and let him talk to the
Right.
people.
That was so funny.
Talk about it.
What am I supposed to be doing? Nothing else? Oh, I'm supposed to be looking around.
I was supposed to style after I watched it. That's what I'm doing. You did good.
Yeah, this is beautiful.
And then there was a video I saw of Kiara shared, and she was talking about she like I like a little thug. I like him with some Swisher sweet on his mouth, like burned lip. I was like, chick, are you serious? Like,
Here, cheers on that.
yeah,
Was she being serious?
yeah. And then she flipped it and was talking about like how God wants us to live holy as being holy instruments. There.
What is Swisher?
Swisher is what people use to.
They just signed Spazzy Rocket, and they signed what's that name? L9.
Oh no.
Yeah, someone I think a rapper named L9.
Miami got it popping for Christian hip hop right now.
What do you mean by Miami?
Miami, like the city of Miami, like the Florida area. Like a lot of them come from that area.
Yeah, I've
They're
heard.
pretty good though.
Yeah, I know. I met a lot of Christians from Florida. I met a few people who actually came to Christ through whatever ministry KB and his wife and them be doing out there in Florida.
Yeah. But to me, I like them. It's funny that they start off their songs with "Oh Girl" singing. I don't know what that's
Oh
about.
yeah,
but
she's like,
social club is the best.
I think it used to bother me, but it's cool to me now. I just think it's funny.
I think it's dope. I said we're gonna do a line for line with her versus the girl that says Maybach music.
Maybach.
When I first heard that, I was like, "Yo, that's dope." Who is that? Who is that girl singing?
I like the little catchy stuff they be saying. Like my actual ringtone when someone calls me is actually a social club ringtone. When freaking Marty Marr, it's that song. The song they it's called Majestic. They got it with Thizzle.
Okay.
And when Marty Marr gets ready to rap, he's like, I feel like the Green Power Ranger right before he turned into the white one. It's about to get real majestic in the booth. Like I was dying laughing.
They got a song with this guy named Black Knight. And then he's like, I think he says like funny things like before he raps.
Yeah,
He's like, I got a pork. He said, I got a pork chain around my neck. He was doing other stuff too, like he before Social Club Pop. So
I know he's cool with Alex Faith and Dre Murray. I know that much.
I'm so glad you said that. Dre Murray. What's his name? Like, wasn't there a Dre Murray, like a rapper that was bad, like a secular rapper?
I know that. Why y'all had a conversation about it?
I argued with him about it. I just
It might have been though.
It could have been. You probably
I
just
think
looked
it's
it
the
up.
same person I thought.
Did
it
you
was
Google?
Dre. Yeah, and I couldn't.
Well, if it ain't on Google, it must not be true.
Yeah,
Stop.
that's how I feel. Like I couldn't find it. So.
There's how many more minutes?
We got one more song. He's watching this game.
Yeah, that.
Alabama or Jesus?
Why you want to Miss Donna? Miss Donna? Or what do you think?
Oh, she got rear-ended. Yeah.
That's how like a helicopter was involved. And that's what you said on Facebook.
Lord, I ain't hear the whole story. I ain't know about all that.
She got like a helicopter lifted from the.
What?
Wow.
I don't
Yeah, I
know.
really
She
want
on
to
that-
start
They lifting her and she
Sunday
putting it
day
on
party.
her.
I
They lifted the helicopter.
No,
I
Sunday
didn't
day
hear all that.
party.
I'm
Day
gonna think
parties
about
on Sunday, and then have
Oh
somebody
my
come in and
God,
preach,
I heard she
like,
was
for like
okay,
20
but
minutes,
she got rid
and
of
then
it.
let the
I
party
think,
continue.
where were
I
they
think that'd
coming
be so
from?
dope. I
That
mean,
It
would
might
be
have been
dope.
coming
yeah,
from the church
That
like a
would be
day
dope.
on
party
last week.
where you playing Christian music,
I
you
was
playing
like,
it, you people having
she never
fun,
put stuff on
and then
Facebook
it's almost
like
like
that.
church, but
Like
Yeah,
after
she's
church?
okay.
no, it could be like
But
doing it
I
church
hear,
time.
look, I'm gonna
That would
find
be
out
that
about the
could reach more
helicopter.
people.
Be like,
Yeah, my pastor was talking about having
next thing you know, people
P4CM
like,
come
they
out,
need to
and
draw
literally
some
the whole
light.
church service just be him just doing
Like
spoken
Or
word.
whatever, yeah. That'd be what's up.
like Miss Donna, I heard.
You never heard about that? Like people are doing.
You got a short?
Oh no.
Oh, the Lord come on.
How you been a kind? Anytime it break until I find it. Turn it on my arm.
G1 is nice. A lot of people don't like it. Man. It's pretty dope, man.
No, he has a real unique sound. His voice.
Yeah.
Just on that hard.
Somebody Spanish?
I thought he was secular. Like when I first heard him, like when I heard him on Lecrae's joint on Church Clothes, I was, this is a secular artist? And I went and looked up. No, actually, I thought he was Christian first. Then I heard some of his songs, and I saw the comments of his fans. Everybody was cussing. I was like, oh, this dude must be secular. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna leave him alone or whatever. Then like I was seeing him like at these conferences, like Christian events. I'm like, what are they doing? Like, why they got this secular artist there? And I found out he was Christian. I was like, okay. My homegirl actually told me she went to school with him in high school, and she said he wasn't Christian like when he was younger. She said he was always really positive. She said he was like the only dude at their school that wasn't on no hood mess. He was real about like encouraging people and being like a good influence. But she said he wasn't a Christian artist like at all. She said that now like she sees him blowing up. And it's like, he said he was. Oh wow.
So Ryan, we about to come back in.
Ryan, we're coming
What you
in.
telling him?
I already won.
Yeah. He isn't signed with anybody.
I mean,
He's not
they
even
just-
on a
they
label
just
or
said
anything.
Johnny Manziel's kick was a miracle. I didn't see that.
All right, 1 minute.
I didn't get that line. Ain't gluttony a sin? Like, what does that have to do with?
Chris, have you played the Gravity versus Rebel?
Oh, the Gravity versus.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
you should play it. You found it?
a download.
Oh, you didn't download it? Is it a free download?
All right, 15 seconds.
This is a notebook or a last day?
5 seconds.
Heart. I find excuses to not stay at her house, so I haven't stayed at her house since May. I'm that perfect Christian girl at school and at church, so my Christian friends don't believe me when I say I can't love my mom. They say things like, oh, it's just a phase, or you'll be fine, but they don't understand how bitter I am about something that happened 5 years ago. My non-Christian friends understand what's going on with me and my mom, but I don't want to take non-Christian advice. Everything my mom says or does annoys me and makes me angry. How do I truly forgive my mom, and why can't I stand to be around her? Thanks so much for your inputs. Unexplained bitterness.
Can you say why she's mad at her mom one more time? Because I'm kind of step up.
He said her mom left the family. The
Oh.
only thing she's ever done is left the family.
Yeah, she left the family 5 years ago.
Yeah, and when I read that, you know what I think? I think that there's something in there that she may not know about. You know what I mean? Something that maybe...
Like she was getting abused. The mom.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So she's angry for her mom. She's angry at her mom for just leaving the family and basically breaking it up. But it almost sounds like it's a situation that she doesn't understand, and she has to mature to the point where she understands that it could have been a life and death situation, and her mom may not have had another choice in that. As far as her forgiving her mother, that's just one of those things where you have to live by the word. You have to live by the word. Forgive as your Father in heaven is forgiving you.
I would say, I definitely agree with that. I know sometimes a lot of times that's easier said than done and very hard to walk out. So did she say how old she was in this?
17.
I don't know if she feels like she can talk with her mom. If she can talk with her mom, I think it would definitely, be an opportunity for her to be real with her mom as far as if she is still holding on to bitterness for her mom leaving, and if her mom feels free enough to tell her what was going on around that time, then great. But if she does not feel like she can have a real conversation with her, then I would start by writing a letter and literally just pouring out her heart as far as how she feels and what she thinks and what her challenge is, just to open up that door of conversation and dialogue there. Because, like you were saying,
be like, look, we need to get this in order. Being a man of the house. I mean, that was me in a situation where I had a daughter who, I feel like regardless of what the parents are going through, that child himself, that's not the child's fault. And a lot of times, kids feel that it's their fault that parents divorce. I just talked to a teacher of mine who, he went through that. He told me just recently that, even how he grew up, he hates that he's going through something with his ex now with the kid, but because he went through a situation when his parents split up when he was 13, 14 years old, he thought it was his fault. I think it's crazy that this topic is here. This came through because a friend of mine, also this week, she just did an awareness thing about suicide, and she held just a little small little thing, just awareness about what's going on. She did a study and it says that every 4 seconds somebody commits suicide. And then I had no idea that her reason for doing it is because she tried to commit suicide when she was 13. Wow. Because she thought it was her fault that her parents split. So things like that, it's so real and it's so necessary for not only for her to speak out so that that's not a result, and also for the father to be a man and to want his daughter to have a mother in her life, because just like a woman can't raise a man to be a man, a man can't raise a woman to be a woman. It takes that woman and that fatherly love to really play that role in that part.
The most confusing part of this story to me is the fact that she forgave her dad. Like, he was hitting the crap out of you. This is the picture I have in my head.
Right.
This could be completely wrong, but this is just what I see. I wonder if you really forgave your dad, because this is what I see in my head. So she left the house, and your dad started abusing you. The scenario I see is that what he probably said was, the reason I started abusing you was because of what your mom did. So in a way, she feels like she forgave her dad, but really she moved the blame to her mom.
Yeah.
And I think she's still angry about the same thing. And now she doesn't blame her dad anymore, but it's the same anger. So I just wonder if that situation is really resolved at all. I'll say something else after a while, but I just think that's interesting. She was able to forgive her dad. The abandonment was stronger to her than the abuse situation.
Gotcha.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
how could she leave my dad?
Yeah, it's almost like the reverse when if it's a boy and a single mother, and she like, your dad did me wrong.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
And I think that it feels like that's what's happening. That she honors her dad so much that even though he did what he did, she was able to forgive him more because she respects him so much, and she looks at her mom like, how could you not be good enough for my dad? You know what I mean? Like, how could you do that to my dad? I think you have to deal with that. But I think to answer your question, I think you said it, and that's only real advice the Bible gives is that, when Jesus gave the parable of the master that forgave one of the people under him, but he didn't forgive somebody under him, so he ended up erasing the forgiveness and destroying his life. So I think that's the lesson is that you have to figure this out. This is not optional. Like, God is looking at you like, how dare you not forgive her when did you see what I did? You know what I mean? Like, so you have to.
another thing is this. I don't think people understand that when you don't forgive people, that eats up at you like that. Like you could, and it is. People say this all the time, but like you can see unforgiveness on people. Like you can see when people look like you, what is wrong? Like, are you sick or something? Because that eats at you so much that you're holding so much like stuff in that it won't release. You know what I'm saying? That you can't release. And the bad thing about it is the other person is living their life perfectly. They're good. They're fine. They're living what God has given them to live, and you just holding stuff in, and and like he said, like I think Beyonce said, like it could be a letter. Maybe you're not confrontation when you can sit down and talk to somebody. Maybe you need to write a letter to your mom. You know what I mean? But you need to get that out because you don't want to walk around with that at all.
I would just say, really pray for your mother. I know whenever I can't stand somebody, whether they're Christian or they're not Christians, and I know that they are going to be a part of my life in some type of way, spend some serious time in prayer. Don't just say, Lord, make sure she has a good day. Seriously, pray for her. Pray about things that matter regarding your mother. Because literally, as you pray for her, your heart will be transformed. I understand, how you're saying, like, mentally you'll forgive her, but in your heart, it's like you truly haven't forgiven her. Well, really just pray for her. And as you're praying for her, like, your heart will truly go out to her and force yourself to spend time with her. Be completely honest with her, talk to her, be like, Mom, I don't like you. I don't like things you say, but I know this is something that needs to change. And recognize
what we're saying. Like I said, you have to figure this out. This is not optional as a Christian. You say you're a good Christian girl in church and this and that, but it's actually not true if you don't figure this out. Like, you have to figure this out. So,
It's tabernacle.
All right, man. You in the field with the Trackstarz, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. Let's go.
Sean, they scored and took the onside kick.
Who?
Alabama recovered the ball. It was 42.
Oh wow,
that's sad.
So A&M scored again.
Yeah, they scored again.
That's
that's something about y'all.
They deserve to lose.
That man Zell back there, Valley.
Yeah,
Skip Bayless is going to be so mad.
95-yard pass touchdown.
He worked for the last score?
No, well, yeah, for his last score, yeah. From the 4-yard line.
Yeah.
He was back with the 4-yard line for 95.
Why do people change when they get to the pros? Like what is that about? Like
That's part of the ball game.
Yeah,
Like when you think about it, like when you think about college basketball, you think about college football, like the speed of the game is still very different. Even though the competitiveness, I feel, it's in college, it's always back and forth. But I mean that it's still a faster speed.
Because I watched the beginning of the game, and he was just running around linebackers. I'm like, ain't no way.
In the pros, man.
You would have got popped in the mouth.
Well, I think
There's no
it's
way.
because now the pros is like you got to think about the pros are everybody's on an equal level versus some people are like here and some people are here. You know what I mean?
That's the best of the best. That's in every sport.
And if you look at him, when he runs, he don't get down. He got hit. He got hit hard early in the game, and if he
That's
don't,
when line for line stuff.
Trying something new.
that is
White people time.
What is that?
Nothing.
somebody just said they want to see the fight live.
Or just non-black people time, really. 'Cause everybody else doing time. Non-black people time.
CPT.
I say,
No relation to E.
And I'm the racist.
Hopefully it ain't Christian
I'm
people time.
the one that's racist.
Okay.
All right, 10 seconds. Here we go.
Boys and seconds.
Yeah. What's going on, everybody? This is the Trackstarz Radio Show. Right to Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. And it's time for that line for Lizon. Get all your friends, call your family, tell them to go to trackstarzradio.com or youtube.com/Trackstarz. And Line for Line is brought to you by the people at the South.com/Jam the Hype. Which they are posting all that stuff. They're not just doing Line for Line. They're posting everything. So shout out to them, man. This line for line is a cool line for line. I think we've done both participants before. Um, this is a good line for line. I think it's going to be a very good line for line. So, with that entailed, we're going to, on the Christian side, we're going to have Bizzle
Oh, okay.
versus the man that got everybody buzzing right now in the Christian, in the rap game, K-Dot!
Oh my God.
Kendrick Lamar.
Oh no.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So
That's a good. This is a good matchup.
So let's see what we gonna do with this thing right here.
Wow.
All right. Let's just start with K-Dot, man. Let's start with him. Sing About Me. This is Kendrick Lamar.
Torture, my mind is really distorted. I find nothing but trouble in my life. Unfortunately,
Kendrick.
You got a Tina.
Kendrick Lamar.
All right. I love. I thought, and this is just when I heard "Sing About Me," I heard about that on a Christian website. Somebody posted that on a Christian website and was talking about not a message board. I'm sorry, Christian message board. And it was discussing it about how he flips it and it almost talks about dying of thirst, like you need water, talking about God.
Talking about Kendrick?
Yeah, his "Sing About Me" and how it flips because it goes into dying of thirst. But anyway, I'm gonna go with Kendrick because I think the storytelling on that is dope. So, all right. So K-Dot got one. All right. We're gonna do Bizzle first. Soldier. Here we go.
nowadays it's basically making it cool, saying if you look at me crazy, I'm a banging the jewel. Portraying the state where it's danger, they hate when the crew is say thank you away from the gang, they ain't to the cool. They say we either end up dead or in jail, but maybe it's true. But I'm saying he do something to change it and make way for the new. It's like I'm definitely in the power of the time. With the things in your power, it's dollars to the star. You got the block wildin' while you on it, y'all watching them rip each other to bits like bits and rock.
All right. That was Soldier by Kendrick. I'm sorry, Soldier by Bizzle, and this is Kendrick Lamar. This is called Backseat Freestyle. Here we go.
Letter on my dresser, yes sir, for fire to the body cast on the structure, and the body got that a ruler couldn't measure, and it made me fast, but I never get embarrassed, and I recognize you have what I've been wanting since that record, that a Gina Howard had, popping fast to impress her, she rolling, I'm rolling, my memos and this voice here is golden, so y'all I goes in, and all my life I want money and power, respect my mind, or die for this.
All right, that was Backseat Freestyle Kendrick Lamar. That was nasty.
Yeah.
Bizzle, Soldier, who y'all going with?
I think this is we need to go toss up on that.
I don't know K-Dot on that one again. That delivery and that flow is just ridiculous.
Honestly, I think there's I don't want to do what I think that's
I told him that little bit of French, I heard that she wanna go and party. She wanna go and party. Don't approach her with that Atari. Let it go game on it, sorry. They say conversation, rule the nation. I can tell, but I can never right my wrongs unless I write it down for real.
All right, that was Kendrick Lamar, Poetic Justice. This is Bizzle, Make Her the Mistress.
Too long. The homies say it's bros over hoes though. Okay, but what if she not one of those though? What if she do both folded and the homies put together? How you explain treating her like she broke though? Feel like the least I could do is put a ring on it. When she deserved 15 like 3 Kobe's. I done put her through it all and she keeps going and I love her to death, but it's time that she knows it. And no, there's nowhere in the world that I would rather be. And the pride of it.
All right, that was Make Her the Missus versus Poetic Justice. We are running.
Poetic Justice. Kendrick Lamar.
That one for me it was pretty close on that one. I'm not gonna toss up on that one, to be honest.
I'll do that.
I'm not a fan of sampling, but I was impressed with Kendrick's. I'm saying that
Kendrick. I like that song better. So I'm gonna go with Kendrick.
I thought I was gonna go to Kendrick for me, but that business song was nice. I'm giving it the business.
I got Kendrick.
I'm going Business.
When y'all do that? What'd you say?
Close, but
I
no.
think Kendrick won.
Kendrick again. All
All
right.
right. Close, but
Yeah, man. All right. Let me see. We're gonna do. What's the score? 3-0.
3-0.
yeah.
This was nice, though. It's good.
Prove it.
You made it this way.
I didn't. I'm just playing your song. All right. Bezel, long time coming.
They were tired of trying, you can say but they keep denying that they finding riots. Something out of boy, some feeling with a drug. That's only temporary. What they need is love. I see a change coming. I gotta say something. It's just a medicine for pain numbing. Let's go.
I ain't gonna lie. Worship leader and all, I ain't gonna lie. But I'm gonna go with Bizzle. I'm gonna go with Bizzle.
And that Kendrick Lamar song is nice, but I like the sampling on that of that business song. And I mean, I just like the business song. I'm gonna have to get at the business.
This is always tough because you're always tempted to give the Christian some bonus points. I honestly think that's a toss up. I think they're both good. I want to give it to Bizzle, but I think it's a toss up.
I'm gonna say Bezel. I like long time coming.
So was that 3-1?
Yep.
Bizzle took it.
3-1. All right. All right. We're gonna go with K-Dot.
First one to get killed, seen a light skin with his brains blown out. At the same purpose, there was saying out. Now this is not a tape recorder saying that he did it, but ever since that day, I was looking at him different. That was back when I was 9.
You must be on the
Yo, wait, hold on. So it was like, I never heard this, but that's wrong.
the stank face.
Dude, all right, we're about to do Bizzle, but I'll say this: when Kendrick, I saw him do that live with a band. That thing was ridiculous.
Really? You gonna do that like right before?
Like, go.
Bizzle, hiya. Here we
You
go.
gonna save that for your vote?
Kids in the change make my life. I know you ain't had to do late before we already gave you hope in your life. Heard about the rest of hollering now, yo. I'm down with it just twice. Then I make a trip to my own hood. Make sure that my folks good. Summer cold, summer long. Last time I got tripping so good. Lord, I done my share of dirt. Didn't cry for they share the hurt. I know my grandmother prayed for me, but they stay.
All right, that was Bizzle Hiya versus Kendrick Lamar's Mad City. Y'all going with?
Ooh. And I think Atlanta's gonna stand up behind Bizzle on this one.
Yeah.
You represent Atlanta.
Rise up.
Like I said before, man, you wrong for that. Woo! Man. I mean, I hate to have a game situation.
Yeah, but it was a little it was a little hard to follow a little bit. But the beat to me, that was the best beat on his album.
Yeah.
But I think when you put on Bizzle, to me it was a better combination of lyrics and beat. So Bizzle.
Boy, what's your name?
Oh,
Yeah, he murked that joint. He cut it off some murder. I'm gonna go with Bizzle.
So who took that?
3-2.
3-2.
All right.
No.
All right.
All right. This is the last one. Controversy one.
That is.
We're gonna go with Bizzle first. I'm a Christian. Here we go.
All to my content, I'm all for that nonsense. Prayed up, serving to my days up, and I'm laid up in the for grace that he gave us. I'm done getting paid off of crazy behavior. Man got my faith high, waiting for the day I could have them all rolling at the cross like AI. And when you
There it is.
I'm bringing one. That joint goes.
Ah.
That
Oh,
joint
Me
goes.
too was about to be happy.
Falling at the cross like, hey, that was the best metaphor.
Yeah.
That's the best Christian metaphor I've heard in a long time.
That's the first time
Ever.
All right, man. That was Benzo. I'm a Christian. Going against K. Dot.
A bunch of rich white girls looking for parties, playing with parties.
Why'd you do that?
Before you give them the car key, judgment to the monarchy. Blessings to Paul McCartney. You call me a black Beatle, want me to get or a Marty. I don't smoke, I'm dressed in all black. This is not for the fan of Elvis. I'm aiming straight for your pelvis. You can't stomach me. You plan on stumping me. Jumping for you. Put a gun on me. Chop up one on yours with Sean Connery. James Bond with none of you. Climbing 100 mil in front of me, and I'm gonna get it.
All right, that was Control. Just his verse alone that is starring, that just killed the industry. That got the industry in controversy. That was Kendrick Lamar Control verse versus I'm a Christian Bigot. I'm going with I'm a Christian.
What you doing?
Don't Got you way back like whatever.
Go ahead, man.
The South shall rise again, man.
He's not from the South.
Bizzle. I'm talking about this South. This is.
Oh, Lord.
This
No.
South shall rise again.
Get this one.
It's a big deal.
Yeah.
I didn't get it. And then I heard, the whole Drake and blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, okay. But it wasn't that it was good. It was just that it was controversial.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They names.
Yeah, it was like, I can't believe he said that. But it wasn't like, it wasn't creative. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was just, it was bold.
Yeah.
But I actually, like I said, that was the best Christian metaphor ever. That's going in the Hall of Fame. No, seriously, man, because we've been talking about this. It's Christian music.
We got to do our lyricists.
Yeah, there's
Top 10
gonna be
lyricists.
a lyricist top 10 because I think we've been doing this since what 07? And lyrics ain't been a priority in Christian music. It hasn't been. I mean, the music has gotten better and the hooks have gotten really good, but I don't know if lyrics has been at the top of the priority list. And whenever I hear something from a Christian where it sounds like, man, you thought about this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this is you reached, for this. I'm impressed with that. So he took me off guard with that.
Who you want, Busy?
Busy.
The reason why I said mine was when I first heard, I skimmed through his album. You know how you go to iTunes and when his album first came out, to get Fire Busy's album, and I listened to it and I was like, oh, I like that record. But when I heard I'm a Christian, I don't know if Boy Wonder produced that, but when I heard it, I was like, oh, this joint is, the production on that joint is sick, and his flow on it was stupid.
I would say that too. I don't think the Control production is that tight.
Yeah.
Because we used it for the
It seemed like they were trying to
Freedom
go for a
Sessions
different
5.
sound or something. That's what
it
seemed
sounds interesting,
Yeah.
but it's not that good.
Yeah.
It's not really good. So yeah, you're right about that.
So, Justin Bizzle was tied it up 3-3.
Yeah.
Man, it came all
I
the way
did not
back.
expect that.
It
I
is.
did not expect him to come out. I thought it was going to be a problem.
Yeah.
I was going to be like, I'm sorry. I apologize.
Damn,
Bizzle and your people.
Yeah. So, you did line for line, man.
I thought well, he did that.
Yeah, so you got some more coming. Some stuff. He's causing a problem.
Now, Bizzle is good, man, and his whole movement is doing really
you know
well.
him, God Over Money. You know what I mean? If you ever see those shirts or them hoodies, that's his company, God Over Money and stuff like that. So, but yeah, man, I mean, like the fact that his testimony is that, of course the whole Jay-Z thing and him coming out and, talking and going against Jay-Z and the industry kind of thing. But the testimony out of that was like, you gotta see his testimony. He has a testimony on YouTube that's incredible how he gave up everything. Like
That's some people with some beats if you feel like God is calling you to do it.
Yeah. And another thing too, don't bless him with the stuff that you like throwaway stuff. Bless him with your stuff that you like, man, this is good, but I feel like he's giving this to you. You know what I mean? Like, because at the end of the day, I think, and this could be a topic too, coming soon, but like I feel like when mainstream people work with Christian, they give them the secondary stuff. They don't bring their first. You know what I mean? Because you never know what that could do that can help you and help that artist as well spread the message. Yeah. Yeah, man.
All right. Yeah, man, let's get back into music. You in the field with the Trackstarz, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. Let's go. Good, good, good. It did feel short, huh? Feel short.
That's something to know. But it all depends on conversation too. Sometimes they'll be talking about like what we talked about today topic wise, but that was interesting. But it was an interesting topic. Normally we stop at 7 o'clock, so we stopped at a good time, man. Which we should be doing with all our topics. You know, we stop in 15 minutes block like we before.
We used to have like a strict time schedule, so we need a producer to keep us on task. We kind of know it by heart now.
And who, if you were to like project or whatever, probably off the top of your head right now, who do you think you would put up against Spazzy Rocket?
What about the Weeknd? The Weeknd. Somebody also said Frank Ocean. Do you know Frank Ocean?
He has a Frank Ocean sound to him.
Yeah, he does. I think.
What'd you say?
Yeah, they have to come over.
Oh, yeah. It's a girl party.
It does a lot of different things.
Yeah, I mean, most people have like 2 or 3 different textures in their hair. It's like, I'm gonna have to repeat it now.
I do.
This is what they are.
Yeah, I have straight hair.
What you say on YouTube? You need to watch this video.
But
What time is the fight gonna be over? I've been showing like some holes or whatever lately, but I think before, I don't think it was really the steroids thing or whatever. I think before, I think there were times Mayweather was probably thinking like, man, Pacquiao probably could beat me or whatever, and I'm sure there's times like he wasn't thinking like Pacquiao could beat me or whatnot. But I mean, it's apparent like it gets to a point where it's like, man, you dodging like he's like done every excuse Mayweather is thrown at. Oh, I'm not gonna fight him because of this. Pacquiao's all right, I'll do that. I'm not gonna fight him because of this. All right, well, I'll do that. I'm not gonna fight him because of this. And then it literally got to the point where they were like, Mayweather, why aren't you gonna fight him? Then Mayweather was like, I'll fight him, but it has to be, I think he said 80-20 at first.
Yeah.
And then Pacquiao was like, come on. So then I think Mayweather took it down to 75-25, something like that. And at first Pacquiao was like, no. And then Mayweather was like, see, it's his fault. So then Pacquiao said, you know what? Let's do that. I'll take 25, you take 75. And then Mayweather was like, oh, no. Mayweather said, oh, he's not, he lost a couple matches. It's like, we're not in the same tier anymore. It's like, come on, dude. Come on.
So you're not fighting people that lost before, really?
Yeah. It's like,
I think he's scared of Pacquiao.
I thought that's what it was.
I mean, I honestly, deep down, I believe now if they fought, I believe Mayweather would beat Pacquiao now. But I think I think Pacquiao would give him the best run for his money out of anybody else. I think the dude that Mayweather's fighting tonight though is gonna be like it's like the second.
See, the thing about the thing about that weight class is that you don't know anybody except for Floyd Mayweather and Pacquiao. So when they about to fight people, I'm like, who is this dude? Like, who's he fighting? Like,
So this dude fighting today, he lost. He like a draw.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah. He young, but he's been in the game like 7 years. He's only 23, but he's been fighting pro.
I heard Mayweather embarrassed the last dude. I heard the last dude was like a real good boxer, but I heard Mayweather like made him look like an amateur.
Yeah. He couldn't touch him. I think he probably touched him like once. But yeah, tonight, I mean, it's gonna be interesting. I think it's gonna be a good fight. I think it'll be no walk in the park like the last fight. Like the last fight was a walk in the park. I think. I was surprised that the last fight was the distance. Or they got the distance.
What time is the main event?
I don't know. Like,
I think it's late church.
Man,
You think he's gonna get beat up though? Like that's the thing. Is like.